Have you ever felt like you are trying to force your life into shape, only for everything to crumble in your hands? You lie awake at night, trying to solve a problem that hasn't happened yet. You work harder, worry more, and grip life with white knuckles, yet the anxiety only grows. We tell ourselves, if I just exert more control, I can fix everything. But the truth is, anxious force does not create peace, it destroys it. In ancient wisdom traditions, there is a profound secret. You cannot shape your future with rigid, frantic hands. Today's story comes from an ancient workshop tucked deep in the mountain hills. It reveals a forgotten truth about human focus that will silence the noise in your mind forever.
In a village known for fine craftsmanship, lived a young artisan named Ren. Ren was dedicated and hard-working, but his mind was constantly at war with itself. While sitting before his spinning wheel, his thoughts drifted everywhere except the present. What if I fail my master? What if people laugh at my work? What if my future is ruined? Because his mind was trapped in fear, Ren's body was tense. His shoulders were locked, his hands were rigid, and he pushed against the spinning clay with anxious force. Every single vessel he tried to shape collapsed into a lumpy, broken mass. Day after day, mounds of fine clay were wasted.
Desperate for an answer, Ren climbed the mountain path to seek guidance from Master Thomas, a legendary craftsman known for making flawless, peaceful vessels in total stillness. When Ren arrived, he found the old master sitting peacefully at his wheel. With gentle, fluid movements, Master Thomas guided a mound of wet clay into a tall, breathtaking vase. He moved with effortless grace. "Master," Ren pleaded, his voice trembling, "my wheel is cursed. No matter how hard I push or how strictly I control my hands, the clay collapses. My mind is filled with panic about tomorrow, and I cannot find peace. How do you shape such perfection without struggling?" Master Thomas stopped his wheel and looked at Ren with calm, compassionate eyes. He did not give a long lecture. Instead, he placed a fresh, wet lump of clay onto the wheel and gestured for Ren to sit down. "Sit," Master Thomas said softly. "Spin the wheel and center this clay. But hear me carefully. If you try to force the clay with rigid hands, or if your mind wanders to tomorrow, you must wipe the wheel clean and start again."
Ren sat down, kicked the foot pedal, and placed his hands on the spinning clay. Immediately his mind began to race. "I must prove myself. I cannot make a mistake in front of the master." Panic surged through his chest. Ren squeezed the clay tighter to force it into shape. Instantly, the spinning clay wobbled out of control, tore in half, and splattered across the wheel. Ren hung his head in shame. "I failed." Master Thomas placed a gentle hand on Ren's shoulder. "Look at your fingers, Ren. They are white with tension. You are fighting the clay as if it were an enemy. Clay does not yield to force. It yields to presence. If your hands are in the future, the clay breaks in the present." The master placed fresh clay on the wheel. "Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Feel the water on your skin. Forget about yesterday's ruined pots. Forget about tomorrow's fears. Match the rhythm of your hands to the speed of the wheel." Ren closed his eyes and took a long, slow breath. He let his shoulders drop. He released the urge to control the outcome. When he opened his eyes, he stopped looking at his fear and looked only at the spinning clay directly beneath his palms. He softened his hands. Instead of shoving the clay, he supported it gently. His entire world shrank down to one breath, one motion, one touch. To his astonishment, the clay didn't wobble. It didn't tear. Under his calm, present hands, the smooth earth rose naturally into a tall, balanced vessel.
Ren stared at his hands in awe. For the first time in years, his mind was completely silent. There was no anxiety, no regret, no endless internal noise. "Master," Ren whispered, "when I stopped forcing it, the clay shaped itself." Master Thomas smiled warmly and gave Ren 4 ancient truths that every overthinker must live by. Number 1. Life yields to presence, not force. When you approach your problems with anxiety and tension, you create friction that breaks things. Calm hands solve complex problems. Number 2. You cannot shape tomorrow with anxious hands. Overthinking happens when your mind is in the future while your hands are in the present. Bring your full attention back to what is right in front of you. Number 3. Softness is strength. Notice how rigid hands ruined the clay, while soft, flexible hands guided it effortlessly. Do not meet life's challenges with rigidity. Meet them with adaptable presence. Number 4. Match the speed of the wheel. Life moves at its own rhythm. When you try to rush outcomes before their time, you tear the vessel. Trust the process and take one step at a time. Ren returned to his workshop a transformed man. Whenever he felt the storm of overthinking rising within him, he didn't fight his thoughts. He simply dropped his shoulders, softened his hands, and said to himself, "Be present with the clay." If your mind has been feeling overcrowded and anxious lately, remember this story. Stop fighting life with white knuckles. Drop the weight of tomorrow, breathe, and give your full attention to the present moment. Tell me in the comments below, what is one area of your life where you need to stop using force and start practicing presence? If this story brought calm to your day, please like this video, share it with someone who overthinks, and subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Tales. Stay present, stay peaceful, and keep growing.